The series of complete guide to React.js. So in the last tutorial, at the end of the tutorial, like we have said that there might be a case where you would find some specific component won't be unique. Yes, like say for example, in this object we have name, ID, skill, and compare that with the second object, everything is unique, right? Say for example, if there was a case where you can't able to find the unique key itself, at that time what to do? So that was the question raised in the last tutorial, right? So in order to come across overcome that particular scenario, so what I'm going to do is React provides some component called index. Make a note that I am not passing, this particular index value is not present anywhere else over here. This is inbuilt component of a map. So over here I am passing an index, and over here stud.id I have passed it as a key. Instead of stud.key id, I am going to pass it as an index. And let me take a look at browser, like what happens. On the browser, I still see that no error has been generated. So whenever you feel like there is some contents that is present in the JSON where you won't find any unique key present, then you can use the index. But there are also some other challenges we have in using the index. We'll see what it is. At first, what I'll do is I'll comment this, and I'll also add a array of string instead JSON. So I'm going to mention array string equal to a square bracket. Inside that, I'm just going to have two arrays, and one is holding the name Satish and my last name. Okay. So in this student list, I'm instead of student JSON, I'm just going to use array of string, array string dot map, and this array string will be the value. Okay, and in that I am going to pass index. I'm going to remove this component. Instead of that component, I'm going to put h1 tag and slash h1, and I'm going to print the string that I have passed, array string. Okay, and it should be in the braces. Let me save it and take a look at it. Let's refresh. It just gives me first name and last name. Over here, though I am passing it as an index, I have not used it, and hence it is throwing me an exceptions. So once I am going to use key over here, key equal to index, you will see that this issue would get resolved. Yeah, there is no issue right now. So what is this index? What is this inbuilt component? There should be some values that would be stored, right? What is that? So let me take a look by by executing the value of index over here inside the braces. So let's see what it gives. You can see 0, 1. So that means for each and every object, my React.js, when it is rendered through in map, it takes index as a value starting from 0, and it is assigning itself to a key, and it is incrementing itself by each and every value of an object. So if it is if there is 3 strings are there in this array string, then the next string like 2, it would be incremented by 1, the third object would be incremented by 1 and 2 would be present. So you can use index at the point like when you don't have any unique key present. But there is also a lot of scenarios you can come across. Say for example, if I want to insert an object in array string and I want to insert it from the first rather than at the last, then there would be a problem. So when you are trying to add an array string and add an element to the array string like array string dot push, and you want to bring it in front, at that time, though it would take the value like 0 comma some other name, say for example if I am including David in front of this array, it would come over the value 0 comma David, but whatever the contents, the actual value, the h1 dot value is there, right? That will not be changed. The reference would cause some problems over here. And hence, you should not use indexed at all point of a time. So when you should use indexes, you should use index only when there is no unique key present in the array itself. So over here, Satish is one name and Jayachandran is one name. So it is unique. You can use the name parameter as a key itself. But say for example, if the second parameter is also Satish, then that would cause a problem, right? So at that time, I need to use index. I can use index. It is not mandatory, but I can use index. I can pass a index as a parameter. I can use it. And second thing, when I need to use indexes, there are 3 line items are there. This is one such scenarios where you can use index. Like apart from this, the values that is present in the array string, right? It should be static and constant. It should not vary. You should not add any array string after this particular code. After the line number 16, you should not add any contents to the array string. Then you can use index. Then the third particular conditions is you should not sort this array. Array string, you should not sort it out like array.sort, ascending or descending. You should not do it. Only if these 3 scenarios satisfies, then only you can use index. Otherwise, you should not use index. I'll repeat again. At first, the contents of the string, if it is not holding any unique itself, that means if it is, say for example, over here string is Satish is there. If it is Jayachandran like that, it is there. Then you should not use index. Rather than that, you should use the array string itself as a key. Okay, this is one scenario. And the second scenario is you should not add any contents to the array further. And third scenario is you should not sort it out. Array string dot sort, array string dot sort descending or ascending. Those kind of thing you should not do in your project further. Then only you can use index over here. Otherwise, it would create a problem. So this is very simple thing. Hence, I am not explaining you guys in code, but use of index can be done, but it can be done only if it is satisfying all the 3 scenarios whichever I have explained. So this particular thing I want to bring it over here in this particular tutorial because this is very important and it is very minute thing, and hence I have created a separate tutorial for this. So that's it from this tutorial, and I'll come